Hello and welcome to Clog Sports, your ultimate number one sports show in the nation. Well, if it's very good to be back in the studios and to be back on your screens to bring you the best in the world of sports. Today, I'm here with none other than the champion of champions, Champion Benito, and the landlord of Ghanaian football, Ghanaian sports, I should say, Isaac Opoku, aka Landlord. Guys,
Nana,
it's a fantastic and God is still the greatest kind of Friday.
Nice one. Nice one.
It's been a long time.
Wow.
It's been good. It's been good.
You're looking very, very well.
Oh, yeah, very well.
Today, what do you have for us? If I should ask you.
I think last week the two of us we met here, and Benito asked me what is my vision for the year. I told him this year I just want to be myself. I just want to be not say me and Quinny, but I just want to be myself. So I'm just being myself. That's it.
Landlord with his parables, being himself.
Yeah.
Benito, are you also being yourself? Or you're being another person's shoes?
Not that. But then, as usual, it's good to be back, and I'm very happy to see you again. I know that you were performing other important duties, but all in all, it is very good to see you again. And I must say that you're looking very well, like Charlie. My God. Yes, it's a wonderful time being with you, I should say it that way, because let me give you a happy new year. Yes, I forgot about that one, because the whole of 2026, this is the time we've met on this screens. And as you really said, in 2026, my vision is very simple: to be focused and be aligned by the word of God. That is all.
Hey.
Yes.
Be focused
and be aligned by the word.
Yes, and
2026, you're very
we'll be doing the Lord's work. And we'll be hoping that the Black Stars of Ghana as well will be doing the Lord's work as well when it comes to the United States of America, Canada, and Mexico when the World Cup comes in June, July this particular year. And Benito, you're going to be there?
Hopefully.
Yes. Landlord.
We are going. And this year we've not talked much about the campaign that I started.
Yeah.
But today, since we are back, I will continue. So we'll be there. So please don't. I'm sure people have saved a lot to go to the World Cup, but just keep your money and use it for something, because the crew will be going. Everything from the airport to the training grounds to the hotels, everywhere we'll give you updates live on Clog TV.
Live on Clog TV and live in color as well. But today we'll be talking about something a little bit different. Not different per se. We'll be talking about Ghanaian football, not the Black Star status. We'll be talking about the MTN FA Cup. We'll be talking about the Ghana Premier League, the results, and then the fixtures. This particular weekend, the league is on hold for the FA Cup. Who will be featured in the FA Cup? And we'll also be talking about your favorite leagues in and around the world. We'll be talking about how Arsenal have now reached a new cup final, and Mikel Arteta, the second one under his realm in the 6 years of his being in charge. Once again, my name is Nanaya Asari, and I'm here with Champion Benito, the champion of champions, and Isaac Opoku, aka the landlord of Ghana football. Guys, let's get straight into it. Let's talk about the round of 16 fixtures of the MTN FA Cup, which is happening from today, 6th February. It means we are seeing 11 Wonders and Atram de Vesa facing off at the near J. Kraku Sports Complex. And then right after that, 7th February, we'll be having Nations FC and Swedru All Blacks, which will be an interesting encounter. Mediama Sporting Club and Summertex 1996 also will be playing at the TNA Stadium. And then on 8th February, that's on Sunday, we'll be having the True Life versus Heart of Lions. True Life, if you know True Life, they've actually caused some upsets to make it up to this particular round of 16. And we have Dreams FC versus Inter Lives. We have Kumasi Asante Kotoko versus Adriana FC. Both teams will be going hammer and tons at it, because it looks like the way the league is going, if they don't win the FA Cup, they might not have their chances of being in Africa. We also have Techiman Liberty Youth and then RTU. RTU has been quite a long time since they came back into the limelight, but they are the final 16 of the MTN FA Cup. Bekum Chelsea versus Tamale City FC. These are the fixtures that are going on during the rounds of the round of 16 in the MTN FA Cup. Which one is actually catching attention?
Nana, thank you very much. Let's greet our people watching us live on Facebook, Clog TV. And also, we are always grateful. We promised them this year we're coming back to back for them. MTN FA Cup, so far, the stage that we are, and I think is really going on over. I remember the last time I and Benito sat here and I picked Aduana Stars versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko being the match of the MTN FA Cup. The reason being is, if you check those two team stats now, you could see clearly that it's going to be a final before final. I told Benito that match is final before final, because if you watch what Aduana Stars is doing and you also watch what Kumasi Asante Kotoko is doing now, it's going to be very, very, very difficult and very interesting games. I think it's going to be match of the week, very, very interesting one. I'm just hoping and praying that at the end of the day, the best team wins. And through the team that scored across the focus is also doing wonders. True Life is also doing wonders. I will be very happy for them if we see them in the final, because for the past years, the MTN FA Cup final has been a Premier League affair final. I stand to be corrected.
Last year, it wasn't. It was in Swatraman versus
Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Swatraman was in the league last season.
Yes, back then, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it was in the league. So for the
until the unfortunate
yes, the
thing
semi-final. That is, I should say.
So I'm just hoping that this year MTN FA Cup will see a Division 1 side and a Premier League side competing, which will be very interesting and very exciting. But all the same, kudos to the team. Aduana Stars is there, Kumasi Asante Kotoko is there, the big giants are there. So we're just hoping that, as for the past years, when House of Folk won, Kotoko won, and the big team also won, they will win it like that, and they'll go and represent Africa in the CAF Champions League. So I think it's good. But I'm just hoping that what Aduana Stars has started, they do to come to a good terms for them, because Atapoku is doing a fantastic job at Domam. So I'm just hoping that they win this MTN FA Cup and also go to the Africa to do wonders over there.
Benito.
Yes, sir.
Yes, what's going on?
Yes, so in the MTN FA Cup, I think this season's campaign has been one of the interesting one.
That's for the MTN FA Cup?
For the MTN FA Cup,
okay.
Yes, because looking at the various matches and how competitive it has been, I should say that right from the first game up to this time, within the knockout stage, we've been enjoying it, most especially for those of us who have been following the MTN FA Cup from the closest angle. With 11 Wonders losing 4-0 to Atram Divise, it wasn't surprising, because I've known Atram Divise, most especially in the Division 1. They are in that particular zone with Port City, with Okoro United and stuff. I've watched their team closely, and I must say that it's one of the few clubs within the Division 1 that they possess enough of the young players. Talking of Thomas Autry, talking of those Mubarak Idrisu and other guys. They are very young players, very young and energetic, and not forgetting their head coach in Gordon Atram. You know, his exploit in the history of Ghana football. So winning 4-0 over 11 Wonders isn't a news to me, isn't surprising, because we know the current situation of 11 Wonders. I really know that they just needed to be there for them to be seen. Because nothing is motivating the players as of now, with issues of outstanding debt, other stuff. Yes. And so it's a plus for Atram Divise. I would side with landlord, because looking at the Division 1 size within which they are doing or playing in this particular round, that is a round of 16. Atram Divisa is one of the clubs to be focused on, one of the forces that can be reckoned with, because right from round of 64 up to round of 16, they've been very consistent. And if you go through the archives and see how they managed to qualify to this particular round, it tells volumes and it shows how ready they are. I know that they wouldn't be able to qualify from that particular group in the Division 1, but with their exploits, they can, get something out of this season's MTN FA Cup. So it was a wonderful win for them.
A wonderful win for them, just because you're talking about their game today. You know, their midfielder, Yaojima.
Yeah, okay.
He had a red card in the 22nd minute.
Yes, it was.
And Atram Devise having a red card in the 27th minute, in the 22nd minute.
Yes.
Playing against 11 Wonders in the Ghana Premier League.
Yes. And
still beating them by 4-0.
Sure.
Away from home.
Exactly. It shows how ready they are.
And two stories: how ready they are, or how poor 11 Wonders are.
Yes, I've initially narrated the situation of 11 Wonders. There is no encouragement, there is no motivation, and so in order not to forfeit that game, they needed to show up, and it wasn't as if they were in for a wonderful performance or a mouth-watering something. So I knew from the onset that Atram Devise would definitely eliminate 11 Wonders. Just that, not within this goal margin. Because winning 4-0 by when you have one man down,
in the 22nd minute.
Exactly. It speaks volume. The only situation was that they scored an early goal.
Yeah.
And so even before they had the red card, they had one goal in their favor.
But that should even spur your opponents on to tell them that, Charlie, we need to do something better, and we need to counter this, because we've begun the game and in the 7th minute your opponent has scored you, and in the 22nd minute your opponent that has scored you has a red card, that should spur you on to say that, okay, now it's our time to show them
exactly.
That
but
means those,
if you want to prove something whereas you do not have that enough edge to prove it, what do you mean? What would you do? That has been their problem. So it's a wonderful way to open up in the round of 16, because right from tomorrow we witnessing Nations FC and Shred All Blacks and other games. I'm sure we'll be delving deeper into them.
Well, Atram Devise is the club you're talking about at the moment, and then they were doing wonders. I'm sure 11 Wonders will testify to that. In that particular fixture. And then on 7th February, which is tomorrow, the fixtures there on screen, the Nations FC versus Swedru All Blacks, and then we have Mediama Sporting Club versus FC Samatex 1996 at the TNA Stadium. That's going to be a cracker.
Very cracker.
And then we follow on to Sunday, where we have True Life versus Heart of Lions, and then Dreams FC versus Enter Allies, then Kumasi Asante Kotoko versus Aduana Stars. Aduana Stars also, and every time Kumasi Asante Kotoko in Aduana Stars play, it's more than just football at stake.
Sure.
It's quite an interesting one. Asante Kotoko this time around at the Babaya Sports Stadium versus Aduana. Usually it ends in a one-goal win for either party. So that's going to be an interesting fixture there. Techiman Liberty Youth versus RTU, that's Royal Tamale United. And then we have Brekum Chelsea versus Tamale City FC. So that's is it for the fixtures of the MTN FA Cup round of 16 fixtures. Benito, finally,
yes,
landlord, let me ask you, you give 4 teams that you are likely to see in the final 8. There's a round of 16.
Yeah.
In the quarterfinal, who do you expect to see? The 4 teams?
I expect to see Mediama
Sporting Club.
Winning over Samatex. Yes,
that's an interesting choice.
I expect to see Kumasi Asante Kotoko, because it's one of the games that has been given to their head coach as an ultimatum. If something goes wrong, the coach head will probably be rolling. And so I'm sure that he wouldn't compromise on anything. Just that he can keep his post safe. Okay, so this time it is Samatex and then Kumasi Asante Kotoko. I see True Life causing an upset in that particular game against Heart of Lions. Not forgetting that they eliminated one Heart from this particular campaign. And so it is more likely to, use another Heart as something for the Vals Day. And so I see an upset in that particular game, most especially with the whole brouhaha surrounding Lawrence Osei and his exit from Heart of Lions and stuff. Psychologically, it will definitely have an issue or an effect on that particular team. But then, out to you and Tamale City. That game is very dicey. And since I've been pushed to the wall, let me talk of Royal Tamale United probably advancing to the next stage of the competition. Brekum Chelsea has the upper hand and they have the edge to qualify to the next stage of the competition. So if I am picking it, it's from Nations FC, Midiema, Kotoko, and then True Life will advance, Bekum Chelsea will advance, and RTU.
You've even mentioned all the others. Landlord will also choose his pick of the bunch, the teams that are likely to qualify to the round of 8. That's the quarterfinal.
Okay, so
now we have one already in there.
One is there.
Is already there. So now, Landlord, pick your pick of the bunch.
I'll go for Nations against the Swede Royal Blacks. I'll go for Mediama. And Mediama is doing something wonders. I won't be surprised if they win the league and also win the MTN FA Cup.
It is too early to call that.
And I think I'll agree with Benito with a True Life because and they have a feeling they've scored Accra Asofo, one of the giant teams in Africa and also in Ghana here. And as Benito give the verdict, it said Yashe has back, so probability of you scoring another house is high. So I'll go for True Life. I'll go for Samates. I'll go for Nations. Then Nana Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Ediana Stars. It'll be very, very difficult. It will be very, very difficult, and I'm not going to lie to you. It will be very, very. The last time I told Benito, yes, I wish this game can be played in the neutral ground.
Yeah, the Ediana versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
That's what I told Benito the last time we sat here. The reason being is, there's a final before final. As we all know, Ediana and Kumasi Asante Kotoko is beyond football.
Yeah.
It is beyond football.
Yeah.
So if it is beyond football, the Ayefambra neutral ground, Accra Sports Stadium could be best for this game. Even the supporters could be.
But that would be very far for both supporters.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People travel from far to play football, but in Sherman it's not supposed to be. So I think I will not commit myself in that game. The best team qualifies in that game. Because I always say I'm a football fan.
Yeah.
Not because I support Asofo. And the last time I told Benito said, I'm Mea Santini. I was born and raised in Kumasi, later came back to Accra, but baby I'm Akuma, I want to be DHD. So that doesn't mean say if Kumasi Asante Kotoko is playing against any team, I should see them, they are down for. But to be frank, what Atapoku is also doing at Ediana Stars be the best team win in that game. Tamale, Techima Liberty, I think I'll go for RTU in that game. And Bekum Chelsea, quick one on Bekum Chelsea and Tamale City game. I think Tamale City is also doing something great.
Yeah.
But for Coach Samuel Boedu, I'll go for Bekum Chelsea. All
right, so let us know what you also think. The fixtures are there on your screens, and then let us know what you also think about it. Let us know your comments. 050-050-0421 is the number that you can send us a WhatsApp message on as well. We are live streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. When you go there, search for Clog TV, you'll be able to watch us live and in color. So 050-050-0421, that's the number that you can send us a WhatsApp message on, and then we'll be kind enough to reply and read your comments as well. So that is it. Now we move on from the FA Cup and we look at the league. Although the league is on hold for now, we look at the results that came in last week, and then we'll now zoom into the fixtures that will be happening after this particular week. So now the fixtures, or the results, I should say, of the Ghana Premier League as it happened last week. Now we have from 31st January, we have Vision FC 2, Dreams FC 2, Heart of Lions 3, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 1. And then we had Adriana Stars 0, Summertex 1996 0, BBN Gold Stars 1, All Blacks 0. And then we have Hearts of Folk 0, Bechem United 0. Bechem United impressing there, considering the fact that they played away from home. And looking at their stats for this particular season, Holy Stars Basake 2, Bekum Chelsea 0. Coach Samuel Boedu suffering the defeats there. Karela United 1, Hoho United 0. Young Apostles 3, 11 Wonders 0. And then now the fixtures are for next weekend, not this particular weekend. Mediama Sporting Club hosting Ediana Stars in top of the table cracker. Swedru All Blacks and Summertex. Asante Kotoko versus Hearts of Folk. Version of the El Clasico. We'll be talking deeper into that by Wednesday. Bechem United versus Young Apostles. Bechem United have been able to avoid defeat, one of the rarest occasions in this particular season, and then they'll be going to face Young Apostles. Bekum Chelsea versus Heart of Lions. BBN Gold Stars versus Holy Stars, the Battle of the Stars. Dreams FC versus Karela United. 11 Wonders versus Vision FC. Hoho United versus Nations FC, and then we'll crown it off with Heart of Lions versus BBN Gold Stars. These are the fixtures that are taking the rounds of the Ghana Premier League happening next weekend. But then we'll go back into the results, talk about it a little bit, and then we'll move on. And now we'll start with Heart of Lions 3, Kumasi Asante Kotoko 1. Benito.
Yes, it was quite a surprising one. But then looking at Kumasi Asante Kotoko's approach to the game, you would clearly know and see that there were no way they would win that particular game. And I should commend the exploit from this Pando boys, that is from Heart of Lions. The head coach Bashir Ford went into the game with a particular plan, and the plan was to win and have the 3 maximum points. And I think that it worked to perfection. And then it was a wonderful win for Heart of Lions. But for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and Commander Dawson around the team, giving their head coach 3 games ultimatum. If he doesn't deliver, he faces dismissal, all these things. One thing is for sure, that at this point in time, who probably replaces him when he exits? That is my question. Because with this set of players, with this team that Kotoko is possessing, I believe that Karim Zito would be their best coach for now.
But there's that element to blame the coach for Kumasi Asante Kotoko's defeats.
Okay.
There's also another part of blaming the administration of the club, considering the fact that in this particular period, we've had transfer stories or transfer happenings, dealings for Kwame Poku, one of your most potent strikers, one of your best defenders of the league, Samba O'Neal, also transfer stories in and around them. Now, that in the middle of the season, it affects the club's unity. It affects the club's cohesion. It affects the psyche of the club.
Yeah.
Now, if you have all these players being starters, playing week in, week out for the club, and then the club is looking forward to shipping them off without, a player of Samba O'Neal's caliber, getting him back the likewise quality, if I can put it that way, of a player of his caliber back into the Kumasi Asante Kotoko team is definitely going to disrupt your rhythm.
Yeah.
So there is one part blaming Coach Karim Zito for all these defeats and then lack of winnings, if I can put it this way. And then there's also the other part of looking at the club administration and say, hey, we were swimming, but in the middle of the ocean, you just left the anchor. Now we can't go anywhere.
Yeah. I think you have a valid point, because in this setting of football, there is the role of the technical team, the playing body, and the administration.
Yeah.
And if administratively you are, I don't want to use this word, but I think it will be more appropriate. Yeah. If you are bankrupt, that is exactly what is happening with the current administrative aspect of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Because you wouldn't tell us that you sold Albert Amwa to El Ali Benghazi. You didn't receive any amount.
Yeah.
He stayed like 3 to 4 months. He came back as a loan player.
Yeah.
Not long ago, the club issued a statement that they are not interested in signing Albert Amwa anymore. It is a Kotoko 4 pen fan. Where would you get this thing? To me, it doesn't make sense. So, as you really said, the team conditioning and the team cohesion automatically will be affected. If you had the opportunity to watch that particular game, it was out of frustration. No, a yellow card.
Yeah.
It was psychological. Because throughout all this period, Kotoko needed Albert Amwa.
Yeah.
Even within their African campaign.
Yeah.
I've said this thing on countless occasions, that he was major part why Kotoko lost heavily when they played El Ali away.
And that's true.
Yes.
That's true.
And it wouldn't affect him as a player, but the entire team. Okoba, he handled his debut game in his return. I understand. He scored a stunner. No two ways about that. But then what would you do to convince the other players who are with you?
Yeah.
Oba, you training for all this while. You didn't give them the chance. So as a player, what would come into your mind?
And knowing that Albert Amwa will go back.
Exactly. You see, so I totally agree to that fact. Administratively, there are certain things that the Kotoko management should be doing right. And yes, sir, they say coach, we normally sacrifice coaches because we do not see performances going on or. But any time behind a coach so quite issue. At this point, administratively, there is something that needs to be done.
Definitely, at this point, administratively, landlord, do you think there's something that's going to be done beyond administration? Because Kumasi Asante needs the results now. 8 points behind league leaders, Mediama Sporting Club.
But I think these are big teams, and I think there's a lot of politics in their teams, which is very, very bad. Before I come to Kotoko's game, last Sunday I was at Legon watching House of Folk versus Bichim, and I felt sad within myself. So, man, find if you could. Because then you could see clearly, say like the politics is becoming too much. I feel like, as Benito was saying, they gave the coach 3-match ultimatum. So 3 matches no losing in here. If you sack him, who are you going to pick right now if you sack Coach Karim Zito? Who are you going to pick? And another issue is, or the problem is, when this coach was performing, we were not hearing these things, no. It's part of life, it's part of football.
Not to cut you short. He's the same coach that used relatively a smaller time to win you an FA Cup, of which the last time you won was about 5 years ago.
You see?
He was the same coach. He was the same coach. Within a short instant, he came in and won you that particular glory. Until then, after about 5 months, the same coach was Sakura. Let me use that word.
So, thank you. And I think it's becoming unbecoming. The people that we always look up to them, when Pep Guardiola came to Man City, they gave him a long-term project. Okay, as after that, but Arsenal has given him a long-term project. Man, 3 matches ultimatum. It's a long-term project. I'm sure this season, if he doesn't win anything, that he is going. So that is what we are supposed to be doing. Give the team to a coach. House of Folk did the same thing. They gave the team to Coach Samuel Boadu. But the following season, when he won the FA Cup, the league to them, the following season not underperforming there, and they sack him.
Lalo, do you know one thing in this football? Believe it or not, it's an open secret. The managers of our football clubs have this purported mindset that it is not the sole responsibility of the coaches to win glories.
Okay.
And so, with the instance of Samuel Boadu, I know of people within the top hierarchies within Heart of Folk that think that it wasn't by the effort of Samuel Boadu that brought them those glories.
However, if the team is not winning,
yes,
then it's the coach's
fault.
On this note,
you see this perception.
on this note, on this very interesting note, we'll go for a short commercial break. When we come back, don't get anywhere. We'll be giving you more. We'll be talking about the European leagues and many more. Don't go anywhere. Yes, and you're still on the nation's ultimate number one sports show. My name is Nanaya Asari. I'm in the studios with the champion of champions, Champion Benito, and the landlord of Ghanaian sports, Isaac Opoku. And we were just talking about the Ghana Premier League. We were talking about what has happened, and Kumasi Asante Gold Coast administrative dilemma. Is it the coaching problem, or it is administrative rules that is calling or is causing Kumasi Asante Gold Coast to have a topsy-turvy season? We've been talking about all of this, and then now we'll be going into another particular feature of this particular sports program that we are having today. But before we move on, I'd like to remind you that we are streaming live on Facebook. If you go there, look for Clog TV, you'll be able to watch us live and in color. We're also streaming on YouTube as well. Clog TV is where you're supposed to look for or search, and then you'll be able to watch us. In case you need to leave your TV, you don't need to leave Clog Sports. You can send us a WhatsApp message on 0500500421. Keep your messages coming in. We've seen them, we've acknowledged them, we'll be reading them when the time is due. And then now we are moving on to another player who has said he's going to achieve the American dream, leaving Hearts of Lions, I should say, in the dark, if I can put it this way. Benito.
Yes, sir.
What's happening?
Lawrence was saying. Lawrence was saying before. Yes, I've read so many commentaries, and I've listened to a couple of sports journalists, to be precise. And I've seen write-ups condemning him and stuff. And me personally, right from Wednesday, I've been defending Lawrence Osei. The only angle, I'm yet to get the full version of all these situations that Heart of Lions' officials claiming that he didn't seek proper permissions and stuff.
Proper?
Yes. And that they were not aware that he's leaving the country for USC.
Have they released a statement yet?
Not from the official.
They have not released any statement.
Their head
yet.
coach, yes.
Yeah.
I heard him talking about all these situations. And why? Truth is, I know this player personally. Yes, from BA United, moving to Bechem United. I should say that I was involved in his deal from Bechem United to Ashanti World in 2018. I know him personally. And the Lawrence I know wouldn't take that decision without informing some key people in his life. In this case, in his football life. I know. I'm yet to hear from him too. But I know that Yewonkophobia, they were aware of this whole move at this point. Going through his contract with Heart of Lions.
Yeah, he recently renewed to 2027.
2027, yes.
That's next year.
There is no clause that states that he can't make a movement until his contract expires. So in this case, there is nothing binding him as to why he moved or not.
But once you're under contract, Benito, let me play the devil's advocate here.
Okay.
Once you're under contract to, for instance, you're under contract with Clog Sports.
I understand.
To 2027.
Okay.
The general agreement is that you are going to appear for us until 2027.
Okay.
I am under contract with Clog Sports until 2026 ending. That means at the end of 2026, I am free to go anywhere I want to go. If that is the case, I'm just citing examples.
I understand your point perfectly.
If you are touted to be in a contract with someone, that means you're in agreement, and if it's a footballing contract, that means until anybody comes to buy you out of that particular contract, that's why we have transfer fees, and then there are periods for that particular transfer fees to be or maybe clauses to be triggered for you to be able to come out of that particular contract. Barring that, mutual agreement for termination can also be in force or be in play. So if this is the situation, then why would you leave and then the club will not come and give any official communication? 2 weeks now.
Yes, I wanted to say something, and then
feel free, my brother.
With this particular context that you are coming from, shows that you have one of the highest intelligence quotients. yes, from the general point of view.
Yes.
But my point is, when you go through the details of the contract, you came from the general point of view.
Yeah.
Agreed. But there is no detail in your contract that states that Lawrence Osei cannot make any movement. In this case, being it within the footballing aspect or outside football, at this point, he isn't going to play in the United States. He's chasing his own dreams. And then why? My point is, assuming without admitting, but then let me make this thing very clear. I do not succumb to the fact that he didn't seek for proper exit plan or something. I do not agree. It's totally unprofessional. But for him to leave outside of his contract, to me, the contract I'm privy to, nothing was stated clearly that Lawrence Osei can't leave Heart of Lions until 2027. That is where I'm coming from. So if you are basing our argument on his contract, nothing is binding him until 2027 like that. No. I don't know if you are...
So he can freely move wherever he is. By informing some relevant authorities.
Yes, that is the point.
And that is also a fair point.
Sure. And why? I don't know if I have to say this.
Say it, my brother.
It took him like a decade before acquiring this visa.
So he's been going at it.
Yes.
For well over about 10
years. I know this thing. Since 2015, yes. And Nana...
That is always 11 years.
He has his family at that place. And to receive as low as 3,000 cedis and to chase a 50,000 Ghana cedis a month. Wow,
So, those of you who are not privy to this particular story, let me just break it down for you. The goalkeeper for Hearts of Lions, he was also part of the Black Galaxies team that went to South Africa.
It doesn't bring food.
To play in these competitions that the local Black Stars have been having. And then reports indicated that Osei departed the club's camp without permission. That's the reports that we are having. And then now the goalkeeper who renewed his contract with the Pando-based team last year shared on TikTok that with the picture over there, he shared and captioned it, left home with a dream, now chasing it. So now that is what he says. So it's touted that he's gone to chase his dream on American soil. So that is why he's actually left. And as Champion Benito was saying exclusively here on Clog Sports, that he's been actually chasing the US visa since 2015. And that's from him. And following that, he's announced that his departure from Pando Heart of Lions. Landlord, summarize this particular one for us.
Benito have said it to Obadana. It shows clearly, say, one, our league is bad. Two, we need money in our league. Benito said something.
This your whole 1 million Ghana cedis.
I'm coming. We'll get there. Because Benito said something clearly. Said 3,000. You see that calculation Benito was in 3,000.
Benito gave exclusives that he receives 3,000 a month.
Less than.
Yes, it is lesser.
It is less. Yeah. Less than 3,000 cedis for a professional goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Nana, as I sit here, I'm under contract here. But as I sit here. As I sit here.
It's okay. I know where you are going to.
So Nana, I think
why?
Benito has said it all, but me, I want us to. I'm sure the GFA president knows about this story. When they say it, I say then it means we need to improve in our league. We need money. We need sponsors in our league. And God being so good, I think for the past 2 days, I saw a tweet from the GFA president saying, some of the alcoholic beverages are willing to come and sponsor.
The alcoholic beverages? Yeah. Our leagues.
Yeah, and that's what I saw a tweet from him. It's a scam. Because we need more. This 1 million Ghana cedis that they gave to the teams, let's say if you make it 5 million Ghana cedis, then in the next 10 years, if you give ourselves target, you spend $1 million. That's what we need in our league.
Yeah.
Because if our best players are moving like this keeper that went, he was competing with Agbeshi and Asawe in the clean sheet.
Yeah.
These three keepers were the people who were keeping clean sheet in their local teams. Yeah. And people were even saying, this goalkeeper is the best for us to take to World Cup. It is so Okone is right now Agbeshi.
So World Cup near US. So
I think it's sad. It is really sad. If as Lions doesn't take care, it will really affect them. And now, per what Lawrence has done there, any opportunity that comes, any guys of this, they are winning, they will just grab it. And we will keep on losing our best players. Nana, for the past 10 years, if you check the number of our best players that we've lost, Nana, it's huge. It is very, very huge. Daniel Free Banye is gone. A lot has gone. Like so many. And now, so if we keep on building this thing now, this local championship balls never now, can we adjust to us? Now, as we sit here right now, if they say it's okay, Blaster and Ebeko World Cup June, July, they've given local players 5 slaughter. Give us 5 best players in our league. I bet you don't call World Cup on June, July. It will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for us to pick 5 players to go to the World Cup. Someone can compete. Because if they go, I remember the last World Cup we went, clubs now players scoring, they benefited from the money that they got. They benefited. It will benefit Sana. It will help. That is what we need. When I watched the story, I told myself, and I took it personal. I'm saying, hi. Do you know one thing I said? I said to myself, it is war. That's what I said to myself. It is war. And I've seen that he has also apologized. And for me, they should just keep quiet. As he said, or chasing the dream or go and chase it. Your family are there. Nana. My uncle woke up and my family uncle.
Do you know one interesting aspect of this whole story? Right after their win over Kumasi Asante Kotoko, he tested one of his colleagues and said, "Congratulations to you. I'm now in USA." Congratulations to you. I'm now in USA.
So he didn't partake in that particular game.
No.
And then that was the next time they heard from him.
Yes. Yeah. And it's good that he's left. I remember of one Ebenezer Akabi. He was with Midiema. And same way, who follow Ghana Premier League, you would know. He also left the club with his. I know that he formally sought for permission. He's currently in UK.
Yes, and also just last year as well, we saw some 2 players from Kumasi and
seeking asylum.
Sudanese guys. Sudanese players.
You've not heard about that.
And Nana, on a more serious note, all these stories, even though I am defending from a particular point, but truth is, it is a serious indictment to our league.
Yeah.
Seriously. And, in the wider picture, if someone goes on Google and starts reading about such stories, what does it tell us? The Mosadai stopped playing in Ghana football just to join his wife in UK. Okoye Juma, with Jaibo.
These are interesting developments coming on here. I'll read a few messages before we wrap up the show. Unfortunately, time is fast spent. Now, this one says, "Hello, Nana, I'm enjoying the show live from Lashibi." This is coming from Kelvin. Ejewa, also from Hacho, says that Lawrence was saying, a lot of Ghanaians would have done sing if they were in his shoes. This is coming from Ejewa from Hacho. This is also coming from Frempong. He's saying that who wouldn't do what Lawrence Osei did in today's Ghana? A lot of questions.
There are some people they wouldn't do. Nane Asai wouldn't do.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes,
Nane Asai wouldn't do.
The 3 of us wouldn't do. We are very loyal.
Yes, we wouldn't do. We wouldn't do.
Some message. This is coming from Kojo from La Paz. Kojo says that this weekend will be brutal in the EPL. We'll talk about the EPL just for 2 minutes and then we'll wrap up. This weekend will be brutal. The EPL. Kojo from La Paz. Alfredo also is saying that Adriana Stars will beat Kumasi Asante by 3-1. Mark it on the wall. A lot of people bringing interesting communications and messages in there. So let's quickly delve into the English Premier League, just because we are talking about the English Premier League now. When we look at the fixtures today at 8 p.m, or the game has already started. Leeds United versus Nottingham Forest. Quite an interesting one. Manchester United will be playing through with Tottenham Hotspur. That's going to be an interesting one. Tottenham Hotspur, remember, they came back from behind, drawing to Manchester City. That is AFC Bournemouth versus Aston Villa, Arsenal versus Sunderland, happening 3 p.m. Burnley versus West Ham United, Fulham versus Everton, and Wolves versus Chelsea, Newcastle United versus Brentford, And then on Sunday, 8 February, we have Brighton and Hove Albion versus Crystal Palace, Liverpool versus Manchester City. Arsenal have the chance to widen the gap to 9 points
Sure,
if they beat Sunderland by 3 p.m. And then also, should Manchester City fail to register a win away from home at Anfield, these are interesting fixtures.
In fact, I am solidly behind Arsenal to beat Sunderland, because the last time Sunderland visited the Emirates Stadium, it was a 5-1 game. Edin Ketia scoring that particular hat-trick.
Yes,
I can relive those moments. And so, almost some fans also just widened it to 9 points, right?
9 points, yes.
Exactly. This season, I mean for Arsenal.
This season,
I mean for Arsenal. I noticed that you are wearing Arsenal jerseys not long ago.
Oh,
yes, it looks very good on you. It looks very good on you.
I mean, I don't have my affiliations there to Arsenal, you know. Landlord.
And I think I have a advice for Arsenal. Since you are here, I'm sure they'll get to know it. But I think say they need to drop certain things and focus on certain things. Arsenal is in the comfortable lead in the Champions League and the Carling Cup and this EFL Cup and English Premier League. Their top priority is the English Premier League. So then I think for me personally, I think say you should just drop like 2 and focus on the English Premier League.
The thing is, it's very difficult to drop 2. When you look at the size of Arsenal's squad,
yes.
When you look at if Bukayo Saka is not there, and then they have Noni Madueke. If Victor Gyökeres is not there, they have Gabriel Jesus. Yes. They have Kai Havertz. If Trossard is not there, Gabriel Martinelli is there. So the strength in depth. If Odegaard is not there, they have Eberechi.
I understand you perfectly, but let me example this. You are playing in the Champions League. So you will be playing Ubo Tuesday. In the league, you come and play on Sunday. And the reason I'm saying this, Leicester City did the same thing way back 2015. And I after that, I said, wow, if you want to win the Premier League now, there are some
trophies that you put aside.
Check your strength now. Just forget about it, because that's not top priority.
Because the EFL Cup, that is
they're in the final.
Yes.
Against who?
Manchester City.
Oh, March 22, they will win. They will win that particular game.
I'm just hoping.
Yes. So if they put that aside, it's left with 3.
Yeah, I totally agree to that fact. They should go in for the quadruple. I want Arsenal to be the first team to win the quadruple
in England.
Exactly.
Please, final words at time.
Oh, for final words, the Loyalty Brothers are meeting right after the
public announcement. Yeah, very important. Yes.
Right after the
but
show.
if you're announcing and people want to join the Loyalty
starting from next week, we just want to open a WhatsApp group where the people want to join us.
Yes.
Loyalty, we just be there for each other. It's strictly boys. Be there for each other. I can call Benito, they Munyo 1,000, Nana Munyo 1,000. So that's what we want to do.
Yes.
We have a location that we meet. So please, right after
the show, we are meeting at our usual place.
If you want to join the Loyalty group, they should text the number on your screen.
Yes, please text the number on your screen
so this is how we wrap up today's show. Benito,
yes. So we're coming back on Monday with a highlight, and then on Wednesday we'll be coming back very stronger and with all the energy.
All right, so becoming stronger with all the energy. That's how we wrap up today's show. My name is Nanaya Osari. It's been a pleasure coming to your homes, your phones, your screens to bring you the best in the world of sports. Big thank you to my production crew, Dada Joe on the keys at the back there, Andy, my producer, and then we know Michael as well, Jewel and Co, Ejewa Blessing, all of them in the studios helping us to bring sports to your doorstep. This is how we sign up. Arrivederci. We'll see you.